Namaste. So I've had lots of requests this week for yoga for runners. It's marathon time of year, so I've put together a sequence for you that can help. It's a great post-run recovery. You can also use it beforehand to warm up the body and stretch the muscles, but it's great to use afterwards, so it could also be good for cyclists, so I hope you'll enjoy. You may want to have a folded blanket nearby, and good to have a belt. So I have here a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, don't worry. You can use a tie or a belt or a scarf, just something that has no give, so it'll be firm. And we can use that as a prop to help you with your stretches. So our sequence will work on opening up areas all around the hips, hip flexors, the psoas, the hamstrings, a little stretch into the feet, side body, and just opening up a little bit into the shoulders and upper body too. So all these areas can get pretty tight and congested through running. We'll also take a little time to slow down your breathing. So if you've been out for your energetic run, maybe breathe in much more anaerobically. So just taking the time to come in now to your breath. So you can just let yourself sit quietly for a moment. You can sit cross-legged or sit kneeling. And just to relax, just take a moment to ground yourself. Close your eyes. Feel your body become grounded and peaceful. And let the lips close and take a breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And just feeling yourself settle. Calm breath in through the nose, feeling a slight expansion in the belly. Calm breath out through the nose, feeling the belly release back. Good. So we're going to start with standing. We're going to do a quad stretch to begin. So you may need a little support for this. You can hold on to a wall. I have one here beside me, or you can use a chair. So some support would be good so you don't have to balance. So come on up to standing. You may lose my head off the screen here, but it's most important just to see the body. So standing nice and tall. I'm going to take the weight onto one foot. You can use the wall for support. And then slowly bring the other foot up behind. Get a hold of your foot if you can. And then we'll draw the knees in so they're about hip width apart or even a little closer. Start to feel the foot draw towards the buttock and release the knee down. Start to rise up through the heart. So you're nice and tall. So you feel there's a good stretch here in the front of the thigh. So just to increase the intensity of that, feel you're pressing slightly forward with the hips as you draw the foot up a little closer. Those of you yogis want to check your balance a little bit, you can take your hand away for support, maybe use both hands behind, but no need, you can also just hold the wall or the chair for support. So let's take our time here to breathe in and out, maybe 3-4 times, so we give the body time to stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. And start to relax your breath. One more breath in and out. And then gently release. Just let yourself stand for a little breath or two. Good. So we're going to turn around. So we'll take it to the other side. So again, you can use a wall or a chair in front of you for support. Pick up the other foot and draw the knees close. And I want to feel the knees now lining up. Draw the foot up towards the buttock, lift through your spine. And feel the knee release towards the floor and draw up through the front of the thigh and hip. Steady your gaze. And again, calm breathing here. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. We're using our breath to slow down now. And also to switch on the parasympathetic nervous system. It's like your healing repair mode after all that energetic running. So just to slow things down. And then slowly release. You can just take a little moment or two to stand. Okay, so we're going to take a side stretch here. And side body can get pretty congested again during running, so again you may see my face or arms may float off the screen a little here, but reaching out and up. As you reach above your head, take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. If you can, spin your right palm away and reach up tall And we're going to take a gentle stretch, leaning over to your left. Resist a little bit with the right wrist, right arm, and press deeper into your right foot, breathing into the side stretch. Breathing in to come up. Let's switch that over. Take hold of the left wrist with your right hand, palm away, stretch up as you inhale, and bending over to your right as you exhale. Stretch here, breathe deeply. Feel deeper into your left foot. Breathing in, come up, and breathing out will release. And we're going to come down to all fours. So we're going to work now with a series of lunge positions. So you may want to use the blanket for a little bit of padding on your knee. So we're going to step the left leg back. So we'll have the left knee on the blanket and the right foot is forward. We're just going to take a basic lunge to begin. So we want to line up the right knee and the heel and let the left knee and thigh release towards the blanket. Fingertips to the floor, let the hips sink and release a little, but squeeze into your right foot and feel as if you're trying to draw the left knee forward without moving it. So we scissor action inside, so we're not just collapsing the hips. So squeeze and draw in, hugging the thighs into the sockets. And then lifting up with the chest. Let's just take a breath or two here. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. So shift the hips back a little, press into your right foot, tuck your chin, feel the tailbone roll under, and then bring your right hand to your thigh and press the thigh and slowly roll up your spine. So here we want to press against the right thigh and avoid again the hips completely sinking. We're going to draw in and up. So we press into the right foot, hug up. So you feel the thighs move up and back. And then breathing in, we'll stretch this left arm up. Maybe reaching back. If this feels too much, you can just rest your hand at your hip. We're working a little more into psoas inside here. So you stretch back, press that right thigh away. So continue the action of squeezing the right foot as if you're trying to hug it back, and the left knee as if you're trying to hug it forward. Slow breath in and slow breath out as you gently release. Good. So we'll come back to all fours and we're going to take that to the second side. So we'll be padding the right knee with the blanket. Left foot is forward. And then check as you come to your lunge, you want your left knee stacked over your left heel, not forward, not back. So just a nice balanced position here. Fingertips can rest to the floor. If you're having a hard time getting to the floor, you can always put a couple of blocks if you have them, or books you can use also to support. So our basic lunge, we're just going to lie for a little sink of the pelvis forward and down. And we press the fingers to lift and elongate the spine, open the chest. And again, practice this scissoring action. So we're going to squeeze the left foot down and feel like we're trying to pull it back. And right knee as if we're trying to drag it forward. See if we can keep that in place as you breathe in and out. Breathing in through the nose, nice and slow. Breathing out. Feel this a sense of calm, starting to relax. One more breath here, in and out. So begin to slightly shift your hips back, walk the fingers back. And then we take the left hand on the thigh, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, and press through the floor to roll up and rise. So we're going to have right angles here with the legs. We're pressing against the left thigh. And again, this action, this scissoring action, as if the left foot is trying to draw back, the right knee trying to draw forward. We're drawing the thighs in, up and back. You're very welcome to stay here for a few breaths if this feels enough. Or go ahead, sweep the right arm up and gently reach back. Breathe deeply with wherever you've chosen to be in the pose, and practice in a way that feels supportive for your body. So whatever we do today, you want to take care of yourself, your health, your well-being. So don't push or force anything in your body that doesn't feel ready to do. Just honor where the body is at this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. We release. And let's come back to all fours. You can take the blanket out for a moment. So plantar fascia in the feet can get really tight when you run. So we're going to do a foot stretch now. This isn't totally comfortable for anybody. You may find there's a lot of sensation. So I'll give you some alternatives that you can practice with just to make it maybe a wee bit more accessible for now. So we'll go into it tentatively. So we're going to do this a couple of times so you get the feet can start to stretch out gradually. So our first option, we're going to bring the knees together. Let's tuck the toes right underneath, tucking the toes. You might want to have your blanket and fold it a little higher. And what we'll do is place the blanket between the butt and the heels. And just fingers on the floor for now. Start to ease your seat back onto your heels or onto the blanket, and you'll probably already feel there's a good bit of sensation happening and stretching the feet. So this may be where you stay for this round. So you can breathe here. Those of you who feel a wee bit more comfortable, you can start to rise up. Maybe bring the hands on the thighs. Sink your weight down. You can feel the sensation in your feet. And just take this time to breathe. This is not necessarily a comfortable position at all. So 2 or 3 slow breaths. You can also take this time to stretch the shoulders, the upper chest. So you can interlace the fingers behind you. If that's too much, grab a strap. Squeeze, hug the shoulder blades, and just slight lift to the chest. Just reaching the arms back. You can do this with your strap. If you feel it's too much, you just grab the strap behind and press away, hugging the shoulder blades. Remember to breathe through a little bit of discomfort. 1 or 2 more breaths, you can do it. And then we'll slowly release very gratefully from that posture. And you can just relax the feet a little bit, maybe pat the feet up and down. Good, so we're going to come back to another set of lunge stretches now. So this is sometimes even called the runner's lunge or runner's stretch in yoga. So this is a great one to practice. You can do this before you run, very good to do afterwards. So again, you may want to use your blanket to pad your knee. So we'll keep the right foot in front, so we're going to pad underneath the left knee. So take your padding, stepping the right foot forward. So again, starting with the front shin vertical, I'm going to slide the leg back a little bit. We're going to tuck the toes. You can walk the fingers back a little bit. We're going to lift the front foot toes, dig in the heel, and then we start to draw that right thigh bone back. We don't want to get to this position too far back. We want this back leg to be at a right angle. So if you need a little bit more space, you can wiggle the foot further forward. So we have a right angle here. And also if this feels a lot, you may need to be further up. So you can place your hands on blocks, or you can put your hands onto some books and build up some height for yourself. So it can be pretty intense. If you've just been for a run, you feel a little tight. So feel free even to just work up here if you need to, just to start. Or you can start to hinge from the hips, keeping the heart nice and long. So just draw back. This feeling as you're breathing in that the right thigh bone is hugging back and up. Toes are drawn in towards the shin. Those of you who feel a little more open and flexible, an option now is breathing in on the breath out. You can start to fold. But only take this if it's right for your body. So there's no competition, nowhere we need to be in these poses. We're just taking the time to open the body up, take care of it after your energizing run. So just breathe here. You can be way up here in the pose, no problem. Just be where it's right for you. Let's take 1 more breath in and out. And then breathing out, we'll slowly release and come back to all fours. So we're just going to pad the other knee. You don't need to spin around like I'm doing. It's just so you can see. So Stretching into the other side. So this time we'll be padding the right knee. Left foot is forward. So again, find your basic setup. I want the front shin vertical to begin. You want to slide this back knee a little further back, or slide the front foot a little further forward. Back foot toes tuck. And then we're going to dig in the front heel. This leg might not straighten for you. So again, work very gradually with these poses. And you'll find that the more you practice this, you try and do this after each run, the body will start to open up a little more for you. So just be very patient, kind with yourself. Breathing in here, drawing the left thigh bone up and back. And for some, breathing out, maybe you take a fold. Saddle your breath. Use the breath to just calm any reaction that's going on, whether it's physically, mentally, just to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll slowly release. Just take the time, you can come back to all fours. And once again, we're going to come back to the foot stretches. So, round 2. So if you feel a little more comfortable with it, it wasn't too bad last time, you can practice without the props. You just tuck the toes and sit straight down onto your heels, bring in a little bit more weight, so it'll be a deeper intensity. But again, feel free to use a blanket or even a cushion pillow underneath the buttocks, and you can also keep the fingers on the floor. So let's try it again. So knees together, tuck the toes under, all of them. And then just starting tentatively, fingers to floor as you squeeze the seat back toward the heels. And then perhaps you can sit on folded blanket, cushion pillow, give you a little bit of height so you can ease back. Or at this point you may be able to sit the heels on the feet. So wherever you are, again, take the time to breathe. And if your hands are off the floor, as I am at the moment, you can take another little stretch for hands, arms, shoulders. So we're going to interlace the fingers now and push the palms down towards the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next breath in, we begin to reach. And as the arms go up, overhead, shoulder blades glide down the back. Avoid overarching the spine here, so again a little bit at the front. Breathe, reaching for the ceiling. Nice stretch for the side body here. Keep working on those feet. You can do it. One more breath in. And breathing out. Again, gratefully coming out of that pose. Just take a breath or two here on all fours. Wrists under your shoulders. Knees under your hips. You let the hips move a little bit from side to side with your breath. So we're going to take it back to downward facing dog now as a great stretch post run. So we're going to take a few variations. So we'll take the hands about a handprint forward, spread the fingers and root down into the base of the knuckles and inner thumbs, tuck the toes under. Breathing in as you breathe out, we lift the knees, tilt the hips up high, relax your neck. Step your feet out for now about the width of the mat, so a little modified version here. So reaching through the hands, releasing the chest back. And you may want to have a good bit of knee bend here, runners, okay? So if those hamstrings are tight, taking the time to bend the knees a little bit, avoid jamming the legs straight. So a little bit of knee bend. Breathe here. Again, you can release the hips a little bit from side to side. A couple more deep breaths here. And then slowly we'll come back down onto the knees. And this time, feet and knees about 2 fist widths apart. We're going to keep with that now, more neutral. So we'll tuck the toes again, breathing in. On the breath line, we lift and reach back. So hips are high. We want to aim the floor, the pelvis towards the ceiling. So again, good to have some bend in the knees. And then we lengthen the side body. Root the hands, relax the neck. Let's pedal slowly with the heels. So one heel reaching down and back as the other knee bends on the inhale. And then on the exhale, reach into the other side. So we'll take 2 or 3 pedals here with the feet. Breathing in and out. Keeping the hips high, neck relaxed. Firm down the hands. This gets too much anytime. Drop the hands and knees. Pause the video. Take a little break. You can come back and join us. Good. And again, lower the knees. Take a breath or two here. If you want to stretch out your wrists, you can always drop to elbows. And we circle. We're going to do one more variation in downward facing dog. It's a nice one for the outer hip, IT band, again, areas that can get pretty tight through running or cycling. So coming back again, plant the hands, press back, downward facing dog. So we're going to let the left knee bend. We're spinning the right heel in this time and push down. Root down through your foot, straighten the right leg if you can, left knee's bent. And then press the floor and begin to roll the outer right hip up. So just reaching up, stretching into that right side. Breathe deeply, you can do it. And then slowly release. Come back to your neutral position and stretch. Then we'll bend the right knee, left heel spins in, press and reach. Turn that left outer hip up from the hands. Breathe, you're strong. And slowly we come back to neutral and bending the knees now and slowly walk the hands back to your feet. We're going to fall down. So again, if you're tight in the hamstrings, touching the floor just may not be an option for you right now. That's fine. You can just rest here anywhere holding onto the legs, or you can put a pile of books in front or yoga block if you have one. And if you feel a little more open, and still practicing a little bit of softness in those knees, and just release fingers or hands to floor, release out your neck. Keeping some bend in the knees now. If you can, we're going to reach behind. Give your tighten the shoulders, grab your strap. You can reach holding onto the strap or interlace the fingers. Squeeze the palms, reach up and over. Shoulders drawing away from the base of the neck. Let your head relax. Let's take 2 or 3 breaths here. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, release the arms, shake out the head. Let's bring the hands just under the knees and the shins, roll up and extend long through the heart and the spine, coming up to halfway point, long neck here. And then breathing out, take a fold again, hinging at the hips. Let's do that twice more. In breath, we extend the spine, the heart, coming up halfway, and breathing out to fold. One more now on your own with your breath. Good, let's bend those knees more deeply now. Breathing in, lift all 10 toes, feel the arches ignite and lift. Lift through your pelvic floor and then roll up bone by bone. Squeeze down the 4 corners of the feet and coil up the spine. Good, so we're going to take chin to shin pose here, Parsvottanasana. So a great stretch again to work into the hamstrings and the outer hips. So if you step to the top of your mat, feet are 2 fist widths apart. And then we step the, let's say we'll come this way. We'll step the left foot back, spin the heel in and down, and have the foot in such a position that the hips can square towards the front of your mat. So if you're tight, you may want to shorten the stance here. That'll make it a little more accessible, or step a little further back if you're more open, whatever suits your body best. So let's work on anchoring the 4 corners of the feet. Firm up through the thigh muscles and rotate that right outer hip back, left hip rolling slightly forward. Take your hand, make a horseshoe with the right hand. You're going to tack the outer hip back. And breathing in, as you breathe out, just allow the left hand to slide along the right leg. You may just only come a little way, it doesn't matter. Breathe in, extend the heart forward, long neck. Breathing out to fold. And again, your fold may not be too far down. Breathing in, breathing out. So try a couple more breaths in and out. See where you get to. And have the memory of the right hand thumb drawing your hip back, and then you can rest the hands on the legs or the floor, or books or blocks either side of your front foot. Breathe in, extend your spine, and then breathe out, release down over your right leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay with your breath now. Use the breath to relax your mind, calm and soothe the nervous system. One more breath in and out. Press through the floor, rise up. We'll step the feet 2 fists width apart, and we'll switch over. So this time we'll step the right foot back, spin the heel in and down, square the hips. Arrange your stance so you feel comfortable. And again, the scissor action, so squeeze the left heel down and hug in and back. So the thighs want to go in, up and back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to hinge. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, fold. So find your own journey here. No comparison, no competition. There's no goal other than to open the body and stretch. So your stretch may be right up here. That's fine. As you start to release a little further down now, by all means, hold the leg, hands to blocks or books, or fingers to floor. Inhale, we expand through the spine and lift halfway. Fold on the exhale. We'll stay down here wherever you are. Close your eyes. Breathe in. And breathe out. Keeping those breaths relaxed. Feel that each cycle of breath is an opportunity to calm and relax your body and mind. Breathing in and breathing out. Press into all 4 corners of your feet. Slowly come up on the in-breath and step forward on the out-breath. Breathe here. Slowly come down to all 4s. We're going to take pigeon pose next. This is a great stretch for the outer hips. So you may need to modify this pose if you feel there's a localized pain in your knee as you practice. An alternative now, as we do pigeon, is for you to lie on the back. Bring your right ankle bone just above your left knee on the thigh. Let the hip open. This may be enough, or you can draw the left thigh in and squeeze. So thread the needle pose, keeping the right foot flexed. So that's an alternative for you if you can't come into pigeon. If you'd like to try pigeon, then we come to all 4s. Let's slide the right knee forward till it touches behind the right wrist. And let the right foot walk across the mat to wherever it's happy to go. It might be here, more or less under your hip. It might be almost parallel with the shin. Okay, so wherever it's right for you. And we start to walk back. Go a little bit forward here. Walk back with the left leg. And again, we want to avoid just falling down and collapsing here. So we're going to tuck the back foot toes and anchor. So we want to feel this lifting up, thigh bones back and up. Breathe in, keeping that lifted feeling as you breathe out. Begin to fold forward. You might not come so far, so you can stay up higher as needed. You can rest on blocks or some books. Or a nice variation here, stack one fist on top of the other and bring your forehead to rest. And take time now to breathe. You can avoid collapsing over to one side. So I'd like you to work on squeezing down with the right knee and shin and almost trying to widen that knee and hug back with the thigh bone. And on the left side, feel as if you're trying to sort of suck the left knee forward a little bit as you anchor the foot. So we keep that scissoring action in the hips. That's going to give you a much better stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. And slowly release, coming up. You slide back to all 4s. And you're going to switch sides. So you slide the left knee forward, or switch if you land on your back, switch over to the left side, left ankle bone onto the right side just above the knee. And we walk the foot across the mat to wherever you're comfortable. We start to walk that right knee and foot back until you find that's where I'm going to be. That's my place. Hips are square. So feel like your hips, 2 hips are the same height from the floor. So you don't roll over and collapse to one side. So as we set up here, squeeze in. Just squeezing and lifting of the thigh bones. So to hug in and back. So as if you're anchoring that left knee and hug. As if you're trying to go wider, the right knee almost squeezing and sucking forward. Breathe in from here as you breathe out. Hinge gradually forward from the hips. And take support for your head. Widen out the elbows. And we'll relax here for the next few breaths. Again, just avoid collapsing the hips completely. Get some action here. Squeeze the left shin down. Left knee as if it's trying to widen out. And the right knee as if it's trying to draw forwards. Slow breaths in and out. Breathing in. And as you breathe out slowly, you come up and you can roll over onto your left hip. And then we're going to turn around now and do practice Janu Shirsasana. This is a great pose. It's a good value pose. We can do 4 different opening and stretching as we practice. So for this, you may want to sit on a folded blanket or a folded pillow or cushion just to lift the hips and tilt the pelvis slightly forward. So go ahead and use your prop, especially if you are tight in the hamstrings or lower back. And we're going to extend the left leg out on 45-degree angle. This left leg, we want it to be very grounded, so press your thigh down, draw your toes back. We're going to bend the right knee and foot can be towards the ground. You may need to have a little further forward for you, so whatever works best. You can also, if this knee feels high up in the air, you can place some support under it. So put a book or another cushion, a pillow, something you have close by. So first thing we want to do, when we push down, we're going to reach the thighs back and apart and then sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a side bend stretch to begin. So anchoring down with that left leg, we want the 4 corners of the knee facing up and the toes facing up. We'll take the right hand to the hip and anchor that down. Left hand on the thigh or shin, wherever you're comfortable. Breathe in, lengthen the sides of your waist. As you breathe out, gently turn away to the right, turning away from the straight leg. Breathe in as you breathe out. Start to slide along that leg, but keeping the chest turning away. This may be enough, so there's a lot of intensity going on here on the right side. Just be here and breathe. Check that left head hasn't collapsed out or in. Toes are up to the ceiling. Option for some of you now is to reach the right arm up as you anchor the right hip down. You can look up towards your thumb if that bothers your neck. Just look to center. Or you can even look down towards the left foot, wherever your neck feels good. A couple more breaths here, stretching that right side seam of the body. Good. And breathing in, we'll slowly come up. Take a breath here at center. You may want to grab your strap here again if you're a little tight as we go into the fold. You can loop the strap over the left foot, drawing back. Anchor the thighs down and back. You pull on the strap, breathe in, lift and turn your chest towards your left foot. And then as you breathe out, you can hinge. And this may be your fold, okay? Sitting nice and tall, anchoring down with the legs if that's where your stretch is. Some of you will feel that you can go a little further using the strap. Or option for some of you is take a little deeper twist and then reach. So you can hold the little toe side off the left foot with your right hand, crisscross the left hand over the big toe side, ground the legs, breathe in, lift the chest, and breathing out, elbows bend as you release the torso towards the left leg. But you can be right up here. So it's just practicing with integrity and patience and kindness, very important. So we're not in a rush or hurry to be anywhere in our body. We just celebrate where it's at now. Breathing in and out. And feel the torso can turn gradually a little more towards that left leg. And take your time to come up and out as you're breathing in, breathing out, rest in the hands. One more position from here. So this part in the middle, right in between the two legs opening out, we're going to fold. And again, your fold may be upright, okay? So again, so it's finding acceptance, being humble. So breathing in, we press the floor down, feel the thighs are anchored, and breathing out, we begin a hinge. So we don't want this left leg to turn in or turn out. So just neutral, four corners of the knee facing up, toes facing up. And it's up to you where you fold with this. Just close your eyes. Feel at ease with your breath, anchor down, thighs are back and down, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And then slowly press the floor, come back up. And take a little time just to stretch out the legs. You can roll them in and out, maybe massage the knees a little bit for the thighs. We're going to switch over, so your right leg's out, 45-degree angle, anchored down with that knee and thigh. So if you need more height, take more height underneath your seat. Toes are pointing straight up, and then we'll bend the left knee. And it's up to you where this left foot is placed. So some of you may need it a little further away or further down the leg. Some of you can bring the foot to the ground. So you can just take a moment to lift, anchor, and release the thighs down and back. And sit up nice and tall at center. So we're going to anchor the left hip and reach it down. Right hand is on thigh or shin. Breathe in to lift and lengthen. Breathing out, return the torso gently away from the straight leg. So the rotation of the chest to the left. Breathe in and out here. And you may find as we start to slide along the right leg, anchoring the left hip down, there's a lot of sensation in that left side body. So just work with this here. This is enough. And some of you can reach the left arm up and stretch. As you do this, anchor your left knee, anchor your left hip. Breathe and be able to have a little bit of a smile on your face. Then you'll know you're in the right place. If you're grimacing, gone too far. So breathe in and out. One more breath in here. As we breathe out, we'll slowly release. Now setting up for our twist and fold. So again, you may want to grab your strap. It might be tie, it might be a belt or a scarf, just something that has no give in it. You can loop that over the ball of the foot and draw back. So just anchor the thighs down, lift the torso and turn the center of the chest towards your foot the best you can. Breathing in and breathing out, this may be your fold, so you're really upright. Or you might be going a little further with that. Or some of you may be using the hands on the foot. So again, just feel that there's no need to compare or compete with yourself. Just breathing in and out. And each time you do these stretches, there's not necessarily a progression every time. So it doesn't mean when we do them every day, it gets better every day. Our bodies are different. They're responding to everything we're doing to them and how we're thinking and how we're acting every day. So just be present with how your body is in any moment and work with that. Use the breath, breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in will come up and breathing out. Take a moment here at center. We're going to take our center fold now, so you can press down with the thighs, fingers to floor, and just elongate the spine. Check that your right foot doesn't collapse in or out, or the knee. Just stay neutral. Extend your heel. Breathing in, on the breath out, some of you may be hinging forward at the hips. Take your time to explore. There's no hurry. So notice again if your butts come way up off the floor and you can fold. What we want to do is anchor back. So anchor the hips down, thighs back and down, and then we fold. So we come from a grounded place. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly come up. Maybe take a little time to stretch out. Bring the legs a little closer, maybe windscreen wiper Legs in and out. You can massage your knees, circle your ankles. Okay, so we're going to come down to lie on the back now, and it'd be good to have your strap handy, so you can put it to the side. I'm going to come down to lie on your back. So as we come down, we're going to rest on the back with the knees bent, feet about sit bone width apart, so about 2 fist width. And just take a moment to settle here. You feel your left foot will stay on the floor. And we're going to loop the belt over the ball of the right foot and then extend the leg up. Use as much slack on the belt as you need to straighten your leg. So you may have to have the hands way down the belt, or some of you may be a lot higher. And just breathe here. And as you breathe in here in this position, if you feel pretty open in your body at this time, you can extend the left leg straight, press your heel away, anchor the thigh bone down and back, and lift up through the right leg. If that's too much, just keep the left knee bent, foot to the floor. Be somewhere your breath is steady and you're not straining your body. Breathing in and breathing out. So if you did straighten the left leg, bend it again for a moment. So we're going to take both sides of the belt into the right hand. We're going to breathe in. On the breath out, we're bending the right knee. It's going to go wide towards your shoulder. The elbow will come inside of the knee and leg. So it's a half happy baby position. So we have this footprint of the right foot towards the ceiling, knee coming down outside the arm towards the floor, outside of the chest. Breathe in and stretch up. Breathe out, right knee wide and coming down, arm inside of the leg, footprint towards the ceiling. Again, those of you who feel a little more open, you can do this with that left leg straight and anchored to the floor. If that feels too much, keep the left knee bent. So one more stretch up, breathing in, on the breath out, we're going to hold down in this half happy baby position. So right knee anchoring down outside of the arm towards the floor, and left knee bent or left leg all the way out. So again, no strain or stress. Choose what's best for you at this time. Breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in now, extend your right leg up. And again, holding both sides of the belt in your right hand. Spin your right heel in, toes slightly out. And then we begin to reach out to the side with the right leg. So again, you can practice this with the left leg bent or the left leg straight on the floor. We don't want to fall over to the side, so you can slack the belt a little bit, put the right arm, back of the right arm on the floor, and then you can open maybe a little bit more, stretching out. So keeping that slight turn of the heel. We don't want the left side just to lift from the floor, so anchor down. You can even use the left arm just as a counterbalance so it's out on the left side of the floor. And then with left leg on the floor or left knee bent, come back up to center as you inhale. Keep the foot looped with the belt. Take both the hands now, so both sides of the belt into the left hand, so we're switching over. And we're going to take a slight twist over. We're not going all the way, so slight twist. We're going to get into the outer hip and IT band here, so slight crossover. And take the right hand in a horseshoe grip, take the thumb and get right in there to the hip and thigh crease and roll away. This can be done with the left leg straight on the floor or left knee bent. So roll away and reach. Good. And breathe in to come up. Left knee bent and then right knee bends into the chest. Hug your knee into your chest and extend that left leg all the way out. Couple of breaths here. Flex both your feet. Good, and then rebend both the knees. We're going to switch over, so right foot to floor, knee bent, and loop the left foot, inhale, stretch up. One hand on each side of the belt. You decide how long the belt needs to be, so you can let the leg be straight. You don't have to pull the leg towards your head. You can just work with hip up to heel alignment. So it's like a 90-degree angle if the right leg straightens out. So again, yogis, you can choose right leg straight out on the floor, anchored, or right knee bent, a little bit more support. Relax your shoulders, breathe deeply into the sensation. So one more breath here. And then breathing out, bend the right knee again if you straighten the leg, and take both sides of the belt into your left hand. Go for that half happy baby. So breathing in on the breath out, left knee is going to go out wide as it bends outside of the arm, trying to bring it down towards the floor, and we have a footprint on that left side. So breathe in, lift and extend. You can do this with your right leg all the way out on the floor, or you can do it with the right knee bent. Breathing in as we extend the left leg, breathing out, half happy baby on the left side. Hold the half happy baby position, and you can have right knee and leg bent here, or stretch the right leg all the way out on the floor. Take time here to breathe, yogis. Relax your shoulders, relax all your facial muscles. Maybe try a little half smile. All those facial muscles relax. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Let's rebend the right knee, foot to floor. Inhale, straighten the left leg up. So we're going to open the hip out and just shift a little bit to give myself space here. So turn the left heel in, toes out, and then start to reach away, opening the left hip up to the side. So you can bring the elbow to the floor, you can reach as far as you want. You can also do this with the right leg straight to the floor. And breathing in, totally up to you where you go with this. Keep the heel in, toes out. Breathe in to come up, and then switch hands. So right hand holding both sides of the belt, and breathing in as we breathe out, we go in a slight twist. So we're taking that left leg over maybe 30 degrees, 45 degrees across the body. Pause here, make a horseshoe grip with your left hand, dig it into that hip and thigh crease and press and roll away. Breathe here. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in to come up. We bend the right knee, breathing out, bend the left knee, take off the belt, set it aside. Hug that left knee in, wrap around your shin, flex your foot. Extend your right leg all the way out, reach through your heel. Anchor your thigh down. Relax your back. Breathe deeply. So you can feel the breath is down in your belly. And then bring the right knee into your chest, both legs in, and just a little gentle rock from side to side. We're going to finish with supine gomukhasana, or cow face pose. So take your right knee, sandwich it over your left knee, so right thigh wrapping the left. And you can have the feet releasing down. You can either hold your knees or your shins here, or be a little more open, you can hold the ankles or the feet. So we're squeezing the knees towards the chest as we draw the shins apart, and at the same time release the back of the pelvis and buttocks towards the floor. Breathe slowly. And peacefully. Let go of any unnecessary tension. Notice if you're gripping anywhere you don't need to, might be your face. And then slowly release. Well done. Let's set up second side. Sandwich the left thigh over the right, knee over knee. And then you may just want to have those shins nice and low, hugging the knees in, squeezing the butt down, or maybe separate the shins, hold ankles or feet. Breathing in and breathing out. So you feel you're trying to bring the shins apart, feet towards your chest, And the hips releasing down, forward and down towards the floor. Breathe with a soft smile on your face. This can be a lot of intensity here. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly come down. And a moment of knees to chest. Let's circle out wide, knees out wide, forward, in and around. Nice, gentle release. Circling, change direction. And again. So yogis, I'd love for you to take a little time here in Shavasana to relax. If you've run out of time, then you can come up to sit, take a quiet moment breathing, grounding and centering yourself before you move into the rest of your day or your evening. And if you have a little time here for yourself, then you're going to release down, spread out the feet and legs a little wider than the hips, let your feet flop out to the sides. Let your arms release a little bit away from your body. Relax your shoulders, nestle them down. Soft palms towards the ceiling. Centering the head and neck. Close your eyes, close your lips. Well done, yogis. Well done for taking the time to nurture your body after your run. And you take as much time here relaxing now with the breath. Feel that the body can sink deeper into the floor with each gentle breath out. Taking this time for yourself. You can stay here as long as you like. When you need to come up, or just bend the knees, roll over to your side, and come on up. And just take a quiet moment sitting. You can rest the hands on the knees or bring the hands together at the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Just feeling a sense of being truly alive, happy and grateful for your health and your well-being. So thank you so much, yogis. I hope this practice was useful for all of you. So for runners, cyclists, anyone can practice this too. And those of you who are taking part in the Belfast Marathon next week, I wish you lots of luck. Take care of your bodies. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.